Now the NFL's leading rusher in 2021, Jonathan Taylor.
Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And all the way down to the 35. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
Bit of a haymaker right after the starting bell, Charles. One play on the ground, and you're already on the other side of the 50.
I like how you went boxing there. Essentially went from the weigh-in to walking into the ring, being introduced, and firing away. Big shot early.
Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, this defense for the Jaguars, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
On 2nd and 10, Ryan. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 22-yard line. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
First and 10, Taylor now.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Ryan gets this to Campbell out on the right side. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
They'll run here with Taylor.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Ryan, a little pop pass, jet sweep.
And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Odell Beckham. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Colts will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10
at their own 26. And right away he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. So a first quarter fumble in the rain. And this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here. So they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost him.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
And I think that's going to go down as no gain, but that doesn't seem fair for the effort that was presented on that play. That should go down as a loss. I know, I'm a defensive guy, but you got to like the play that was made.
He made a lot of those plays last week. He was AFC Defensive Player of the Week, picking up where he left off.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
On 3rd down, Ryan.
Finding Pierce on the crossing route.
And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Here's the second-year man from Clemson, Travis Etienne.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
These two teams, division rivals, of course, and you remember back to Week 18 last year, although Colts fans don't want to remember back to Week 18 last year. The Colts needed a win, and the Jags, they were kind of looking ahead to 2022, but the 2-win Jags came up with one of the shockers of the season. They stung the Colts 26-11 in Jacksonville, and that loss ultimately kept Indianapolis home for the playoffs.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Now Lawrence.
He'll buy some time right. Finds his tight end Ingram. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
A pair of 1st downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward.
And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at their 48-yard line.
Greystone, travel.
7, go, go, go. 7's a mark. Here we go.
From just shy of midfield, Lawrence. He's got his tight end. It's Chris Manhertz.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. The Jaguars at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. And now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Bang, 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 bang.
Hey, Charlie. 61, matchbox light.
Lawrence.
Being chased out left.
This pass complete to Melton.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 23. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
Check 24. Check 24. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming.
Hey, stand up.
Check 4. Check 4.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Evan Ingram, 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away.
On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a third and about 5.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
From the gun on third down, Ryan. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play. Two minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From midfield now, here's Ryan. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play there for Indy. 47 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
They'll look to run with Taylor.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor.
His first touchdown of the new season.
And the Colts will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump starting.
He's got a man complete. The 20. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Zay Jones,
81 yards.
and the Jaguars get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Flushed out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Devon Hamilton able to get him for a loss of about 3.
So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room.
As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with the coach and our EA Sports halftime report.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
They go play action with Lawrence.
Steps away to his left.
And this one too low.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. Check 55, come on. Check 55, come on.
Lawrence will throw. Locates ETN along the sideline.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence.
Flush to his right.
ETN bringing in another one. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55.
From midfield now, Lawrence.
On the move to his left.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Throwing again here, it's Lawrence.
Buying time to his left. Looking downfield for Jones. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod.
And the Colts are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line.
60 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They go play action now. Ryan rolling to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
On second down, it's Taylor.
And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now Ryan. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
Rolling to his left.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone.
And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Kenny Moore.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And the Colts are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Here's Ryan. Eluding the pressure right.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
Sliding out of the pocket. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Throwing again on second down. Lawrence forced out to his left. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That one was tipped up in the air and fortunately fell away for the defense, because if the offense is able to grab that one, that's a short little jaunt into the end zone, because there's not enough reaction time off of a tip ball for the defense to rally and make a tackle. They were very fortunate on that play.
55 55.
On second and goal, Lawrence.
They'll try and set up the screen to ETN.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a third and goal.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line.
Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
Picked off by Julian Blackman.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. 30, 10, 5, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. So they go for it on 4th and goal, hoping to get 6, and it's 6 the other way.
If hindsight is 20/20, they would have gone in and kicked the field goal, but by being aggressive, it actually cost them. Give up 6 points going the other way.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Running left, Taylor. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 88 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Back to Taylor on first down.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's a heck of an effort from Josh Allen getting in there defensively. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
They run once more with Taylor.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. This offense so far on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Got a man. It's complete to Jelani Woods. He's going to have the first down and more than that.
Touchdown Colts!
Jelani Woods,
28 yards.
And the Colts are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Now Lawrence.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
On the double. Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 55.
They're going on 4th down. Lawrence.
Flushed out right. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position.
Check 31.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And he takes it in for a Colts score.
Jonathan Taylor, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is now 24.
Jaguars 14.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
On play action, Lawrence.
Flush to his right. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Out to his left.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Hey, stop.
Here's Lawrence.
Dancing to his left. This is caught. It's Kirk. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th.
On 1st down, Lawrence.
Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the 2nd half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
Ryan wants to throw it. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
Well, this was a very close ball game.
Mirren said, hey, ton of pressure on.